So Republicans are pumping up voter anger in California over the gasoline tax. They're pushing a campaign to repeal a recent state hike of 12 cents a gallon, hoping to drive up voter turnout in November and help the GOP hold on to seats in that heavily Democratic state. California drivers now pay 55 cents in state taxes on a gallon of gas. The national average, 23 cents. Meredith Kelly is communications director for the DCCC. Matt Gorman is her counterpart at the NRCC. Matt, I know you were in California and you were witnessing this backlash against the gas tax. Tell me more about that.
Well, hi, Dana. Thanks for having me. The gas tax absolutely resonates in California. Look no further than State Senator Josh Newman, a Democrat who supported the gas tax over the summer, was recalled by over 20 points on that issue. As you said, I was over there over the summer. Gas is approaching $5 a gallon. I think that's why you see Democratic candidates out there like Katie Porter or Josh Harder flip-flop their positions on it. You know, we have a headquarters out in Irvine, California that's made over 5 million voter contacts, and they tell me that the gas tax is a motivating issue for voters, especially out in that crucial Orange County battleground, which we're going to be talking about 3 weeks from now. And at the end of the day, Republicans do 3 things. We cut taxes, we kill terrorists, and we confirm judges. When we do those 3 things, we rev up our base and we appeal to independence.
Okay, that's a good line. But Meredith Kelly, you tell me, do you think that the gas tax in California is something that will maybe gin up Republican turnout? Because there's some close races out there.
Well, hey, Dana, thanks for having me. I think, first of all, voters are smart enough to distinguish between a state issue and a federal issue. And what's more, it's very telling that House Republicans, like my counterpart Matt, are relying on a state issue instead of talking about the House Republican agenda, because there's a reason for that. It's incredibly unpopular. It will increase the cost of health care, and it will increase taxes, federal taxes on middle-class families, and increase the cost of owning a home. And so I think it's quite telling that my counterparts are relying on a state issue, which voters very much know that, is not applicable to congressional candidates. On top of that...
Yeah, I was going to say that there's a lot of state initiatives. I love to look at the ballot initiatives that are on the states to see what's really driving things. I was surprised this morning when I looked across the country. There are so many healthcare related ballot initiatives. And Meredith, I'll give you a first chance to take a chop at that. Do you think that that will help? I mean, a lot of these states are going to be deciding whether, for example, to expand Medicaid coverage. And what is your polling telling you? Does that look good for Democrats?
The issue of health care is absolutely a winning issue for Democrats up and down the ballot all across the country. And you can watch our television ads to see that Democrats are running on promises to lower the cost of health care, lower the cost of prescription drugs, and increase access, not take it away from people with asthma, cancer, and diabetes. And Democrats are trusted on this issue by about 20 points. So certainly when it comes to the issue of healthcare, which has federal implications, Democrats have a major advantage.
Matt, I noticed today that Kathleen Sebelius, the former governor of Kansas and the former Health and Human Services Secretary under President Obama, she's out stumping with Democratic candidates, which is a real turnabout. You know, Obamacare was the thing that brought all the Republicans to vote in 2010, and I would say also in 2014. But now you see, are Republicans sort of back on their heels on this health care issue?
Well, if they think that the architect of Obamacare can stump for Democratic candidates, God bless them. I guess I'm a little perplexed, though, because Meredith talks about the cost of health care, but doesn't care about the cost of gas. And she wants to talk about health care ads. What we've seen work, and we've talked about numerous times on this program, is Democrat support of single-payer health care. $32 trillion in taxes. She wants to talk about coverage. Kicking people off their private coverage, what would that do to pre-existing
Matt, let me just ask you this, though, because we just had a soundbite from last night's Senate debate in Arizona, and I know you cover the House races, but one of the big issues was the issue of pre-existing conditions. And Martha McSally having to basically be on defense, saying that's not true, that's not what happened. And I feel like that's happening all across America, and that health care was the issue that the Democrats decided early on they were going to focus on. And Republicans, to me, it seems like you're playing a little bit of catch-up, even though you have the good point about Medicare for all costing $32 trillion. I'll give you the last word.
Well, again, Democrats are lying about health care because they can't fight on the truth. However, single-payer health care, when you kick people off their insurance, that's not going to help pre-existing conditions. Ending the Medicare, Part D in the VA, how does it help seniors? And again, complete control of government with their prescriptions, doctors, and health care, that's not the answer.
Well, I feel like I should give Meredith the last word now because of what you just said. So, Meredith, you give you get the last word.
Dana, Democrats are not running on single payer or Medicare for all universally across the battlefield. We're trying to allow people to keep health care and lower its costs. And if anybody's lying about their record on health care, it's Republicans who are now pretending to protect people with asthma, cancer, and diabetes when their votes say otherwise.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting the next 21 days, but of course then afterwards to find out which argument actually motivated people to the polls. Gas taxes, health care, taxes, whatever it might be. Meredith Kelly and Matt Gorman, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Dana.
Thanks, Dana.
So a big